Hey guys, my name is Nicolette Mashile. I'm also known as the Financial Bunny. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about a company called Teljoy, but remember that everything that I tell you on this video is not meant to be financial advice. If you are looking for financial advice, please speak to somebody that is registered with the FSCA. So I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine you working a 9 to 5, but you've got a passion for YouTube. You've got so much to say. You are like Nicolette, you are here. You've got so much to say, so much to teach. However, you are unable to buy the equipment that you need. So everywhere you're going, people are saying to you, why don't you start a YouTube channel? Why don't you start a YouTube channel? And you hear this over and over again, and you really have the desire to really start a YouTube channel. Do you, one, go and actually get a camera, lighting, all the things that you need, microphones on credit? Do you, two, find an option to actually rent to own it? Or do you, three, just forget about doing this whole thing and simply not do it? Or number four, do you save up some money and go and buy this thing cash? Now, of course, every single option is got its own pros and cons. But the one I want to tell you about today is Teljoy. But before I tell you about Teljoy, I want you to imagine you actually go and buy it on credit. And then you lose your job and you are unable to actually pay for it. Now, all of a sudden, you've got a negative listing on your name because of a passion that you were not really sure if you're good at, but because people were telling you you're good at it and you really wanted to start it. What if you buy it cash and then you realize that actually, this is not for me? Now you've spent all your money buying something, or you've spent effort saving, you've bought something, and you're like, this really is just not working out for me. I don't really want to be a YouTuber. What do you then do with your equipment? Now you have to go through the schlep of having to sell to someone. And that's also difficult in itself. Number four, if you just go, maybe I shouldn't do this, you lose out on the opportunity cost of possibly making some good money, but also creating some good content and really living out your passion. But what if you get an option to rent to own it? And that's where Teljoy walks in. When you rent to own your product, you actually get to pay a smaller amount every single month for you to rent that actual equipment, or furniture, or whatever it is that you are buying for that specific amount of months, or that month specifically. The day you decide, I actually don't want to do this. Let's say you put out a video and people are like, friend, when we said you were good, we meant that you must go to radio, not really do YouTube channel. Because your face, there's something about your face. It's a face for radio. Or there's just something annoying. You know how many times people used to tell me I got an annoying face? However, I'm very persistent, so I carried on. But for some people really just can't stomach. And you know that the feedback loop when it comes to YouTube, so quick. My goodness, it is quick. People will tell you, Nicolette, with all that money, we think you should fix your teeth. And thank you, by the way, to the person who said that, because look at me now. Yes, I could really go and become the face of Colgate, but whatever. So now with Teljoy, you can actually cancel the contract that you have with them, the rental contract, whenever you feel like I no longer need or have the use for this thing. Or you stick it out, and after a couple of months, every single item has got its own period, you end up owning that product. How cool is that? What are some of the benefits? Number one, you don't have to add that item to your risk cover because they've got a risk cover. So your household insurance list will not include that item. Number two, they've got delivery and they've got installation for free. Number three, if you actually decide after 6 months that you don't want this item anymore, they just come and fetch it for free. That is pretty cool. I think that is pretty cool. So you can cancel any time that you want to cancel your contract. But of course, it's so good to be true that you really will not be canceling. Or it's so good that you might not want to cancel. So what are some of the cons? People have argued that it's a little bit expensive. Yes. The benefit of being able to get out of that contract may be slightly higher, maybe charged slightly into the price. However, for me, it makes so much sense as opposed to finding yourself in a credit agreement that you might not be able to get out of. It might just be the start of you spiraling into debt. And third and probably one of the most important ones, it might be the reason why you don't get access to more credit because you are seen as somebody that is overcommitted. There's no blacklisting. There's no listing when it comes to this. There's really you being flexible in terms of your lifestyle. Perhaps maybe you don't want to do YouTube. Perhaps maybe you are somebody that likes to change their furniture more often. You buy a coffee table today, you're like, I don't really like this coffee table. Or you rent out a coffee table. I don't like this coffee table when winter comes. And then you just get to choose a different coffee tables. Now, I think that is something that I am willing to go for as the financial bunny. But remember, this is not financial advice. So if you are looking to check out what Teljoy has on offer, go to www.teljoy.co.za. Here's something even more cooler. This company has been in existence for over 50 years. That's crazy, right? I know that many people on this platform are used to me speaking about rent to own when it comes to property. But imagine you being able to rent to own ordinary everyday goods. Now that is something to think about. Mwah.